Due to the demonetization of true crime videos on YouTube, I've created a Patreon for those of you who would like to support the channel. The link is in the description below. Get access to ad-free content, early access, and exclusive videos depending on the tier. Thank you so much. Also, we've created a Discord channel for those of you who would like to join the community. Link in the description. Hello, and welcome back to another interrogation breakdown. This is part 3 of the Amy Day case. In this part, she gets interrogated by 2 different detectives separately. The first detective is super blunt and honestly hilarious. The second detective is more of a customer service type detective who stays friendly with her to try and get stuff out of her. I can't wait for you guys to watch and let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Amy, what medication is that?
This is for my heart. Okay. And this is for my blood pressure. And I was supposed to pick another one up today, but I have to do it by 6 o'clock, and obviously I don't think that's going to happen.
And you have it with you just because you need it, you take it as needed, or do you take it at a certain time?
This one is at 1, and this is at twice a day, and I have to take them at certain times.
I understand. And
they brought them down to me, down to my dad's house, because it was time for me to take them.
Okay.
So when they came by, when y'all came by, I just picked up everything and brought them with me.
Okay.
Because I was under the understanding that I was going to get my phone and then going home.
I understand. Some crazy developments happened, like
more than crazy.
You know what the issue is? I think is the lack of logic that's going into what you're saying, and the untruths that you told us already.
I didn't know I was allowed to confront a suspect. But seriously, this is so blunt. This is an Amy, we aren't stupid. Everyone can see what happened. Just fess up and let it be over.
That's the biggest problem, because when someone lies to you, especially in a circumstance like this.
I know, and I corrected it with him.
No, you corrected. Yeah, sure, but you gotta. That looks like you're hiding something.
I know.
And
I'm not.
Well, let me tell you.
And I know it looks like it, and it looks bad.
I just want to tell you the way I see it. Okay.
You've always been the blunt one.
And I have that reputation.
That's fine. I don't.
It's all me coming out, though.
No, I like blunt, so okay. Please.
Friday, the 18th, you make a call to your mom late at night, about 11 p.m. It doesn't appear that there's any talking going on, but you call her number from your phone.
On the 18th?
On Friday, the 18th, late at night, probably about 11 p.m., your phone makes a phone call to your mother's phone. Okay?
Cell phone? House phone?
I'd have to check on that. One or the other. I don't know where you were Friday night.
I was at home.
Okay, so
was she.
I understand. I'm just telling you, this is Brett telling you what he's seeing, okay? That's weird. Saturday, there is no communication between your phone, your mother's cell phone, or the house phone.
See, that's what I don't understand, because there was.
I'm having trouble understanding it too, because what I know from these records, I've been a detective for 20 years, all right? Now recently, in the last 10 years, we've had the magic of cell phones. And I tell you what it is cell phone records are accurate. They tell you exactly what it is. It can go up into a court of law. The custodian of records will come and testify and show you how accurate these records are. I've never seen them inaccurate. And this isn't your phone I'm looking at. These are the records from the phone company.
I understand that, but
Okay,
there should be a record
Okay.
from a call from my mother
Shoulda,
and
coulda,
then
woulda.
from me to her.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, there's not.
This man is cracking me up. Can we be friends? I love it. Give her the sass.
There should be, though.
Okay, but there's not. This is just me, what I'm seeing, okay?
Okay.
So we move on, and now it's Saturday. And Saturday, a lot of what appears to be weird stuff is going on. Your mother buys you a plane ticket. I understand that she'd be more than happy to do that for you, okay? We got a ton of purchases online. We got a wire transaction for $2,500 from your mother's account to yours.
No wire transaction check, but okay.
You know what I'm saying, electronic transaction.
Mobile deposit.
Right. So we're talking almost like $5,000 in one day. Okay. Then you say that.
Wait a minute. No, the 25 that went into my account was for me.
I understand that. I'm just talking amounts of money added
The
up.
purchases that was with my mother's.
I'm telling you how we're looking at it because it's coming from your phone. This is what Brett's seeing. That's all I'm telling you.
Okay, but she had me.
I heard the whole thing.
Okay.
I know, I've heard you explain it before. I don't want to
Okay.
explain myself now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So we have all that money that's shifted hands. This is what I'm seeing on Saturday. Now you say that Carrie and you call one another.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look at the records, but I don't see that call anywhere. I don't know when you made the plans. I don't know. It sounded kind of spontaneous that you guys decided. Yeah. So that when I'm thinking around 3 o'clock, you guys decided you were going to get together because you said you were out of the house by 5.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm thinking about at least
he would have had to.
Afternoon.
He left at 3 in order to be there by 5.
Right. So I don't see that communication, and I'll have to double check that one because I don't remember seeing that. Then you tell me last night the route that you guys always take. Mm-hmm. Okay. You have a GPS that's still in your purse. He has a GPS, and the way that the not the GPS
I was going to say,
not a GPS, a transponder, a e-pass.
I didn't take it with me.
But this is, I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
You have an e-pass, and Carrie has an e-pass. Mm-hmm. So, you guys, as far as you say, you go up the turnpike, and let's just stop there. You guys go up the turnpike. You say that he goes through one transponder, one area, and then he pays for the rest. Mm-hmm. Okay? What I know about the turnpike is that no matter if you go under there or you go into the stall to pay, there's still a reader there. There's a reader everywhere you go.
They take a picture of your tag.
And we're not getting any of that from your e-pass or his. Now I say yours because your e-pass is still in your purse, inside the house.
I put it back in there, but I took it out.
That's what doesn't make sense to me. That you got home, and this is where one of the lies comes in. You tell us you got home at 11, but then you said you got home earlier than that. For some reason, you decided not to tell us the truth. Okay? So what is the truth to that statement? What time did you get home?
9 in the morning.
So you both left at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You get here. Does he get out and go in the house?
No.
He drops you off. Yeah. You immediately go inside. Is your mom there?
No.
Okay. Your mom's not there. You say that the keys are inside the home. That you don't have keys to the car, that your mom has the keys. And you find the spare keys inside the home. Is that right?
The spare key was on the counter in the kitchen.
So you immediately...
But I had to go through the gate into the back door.
So the house is locked up?
Yeah, and I went through the gate. I opened it. Mm-hmm. I have a key to the house.
And that's important that the house is locked up.
Yes.
I'm going to get to that in a minute.
And
the house is locked up and there's no sign of forced entry, meaning her mom would have to know the person, and the person would have to have a key to lock up the house when they leave after they kill her. Well, the only 2 people with keys were Amy and her mom. Spicy detective. I like it.
I saw there was a key there.
Okay,
I
let
put
me
my purse
continue.
down and
You immediately get on the phone. You know the car's there.
mhm.
You know your mom's not there. You have this, and I'm going to call it a suspicious phone call that your mom gives you, apparently, that's not on the record. And she tells you something that she's going to California to console a woman whose husband just died, and she's
That
driving.
was Saturday.
Okay. What I'm saying is you come into the empty house knowing that that occurred the night before.
Yeah.
Okay? And the first thing you do is you call up Tasha for some cigarettes instead of wondering where your mom's at. So, you get in the car, you drive, this is what you tell us first of all, and you do the cigarette transaction.
Well, I had text Tasha.
I understand. This is just what I'm seeing, okay? You go and you say you trade the cigarettes, and I come right back. This is what your first story is, okay?
Right.
Then we start getting we start getting facts, and we start understanding situations. And
I
now we're
changed my
looking at it,
story.
and now we're looking at it going, what is going on here?
And I changed my story.
So now we have your mother, somebody spending your mother's money on Saturday. Now we have a couple purchases on Sunday, who we find out is you. Not purchases, but a withdrawal from a bank, along with other purchases as well, I might add. And we have you, with your mother's card, withdrawing $400 from the bank.
Did I have permission from?
From how? How do you have permission? Your mom's not even there.
I got permission from her. She gave it to me on Friday.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it may
You
not.
got permission to use it Sunday? Here's my card. I'm going to be leaving unexpectedly, so here's my card.
She gave it to me on Friday. She said you can withdraw $400.
Amy, that doesn't make
I
sense
didn't know she
to
was
me.
leaving on Saturday.
Okay, I'm just telling you how I feel. And
I understand that, but she said, here's my card.
That does not make sense. And not only she gives you the card to hold, she doesn't think she's going anywhere. She gets this
I don't know that.
Okay, well, she gets an emergency situation where you said, well, she kind of sounded like a little, maybe she was upset. And then she bolts to Colorado within minutes because your sister runs to the house and there's no one there.
Right.
Okay? Then you say, okay, I lied about when I got home. I still don't understand why you did that. I did hear that you didn't want to look like a bad person, you didn't want to do that. But if she gave you permission to get $400 out of the bank, how is that going to make you look like a bad person? You don't even talk to your sister. You don't talk to your father. Who is going to call you a bad person for that? Now this makes me think, Amy, there's
I
some...
do talk to my dad.
You barely talk to your dad. Is it every day?
Not every day.
Okay, how is he going to know you got $400 out of the bank? And why would he care? Your mother gave you permission. You know what that makes me think? I think there's something going on here that I don't understand. I still don't understand it, but we're going to get to that. Okay? You go to the bank. Did you go to a gas station somewhere and get something? Either the day, I think it was on Saturday. I think it was in the morning. Maybe around, any day Saturday. Did you go to the gas station? Did you get gas, make a purchase, anything?
No, I did not drive the car on Saturday.
Okay, because someone's giving us that there was a different purchase made. Now I haven't got the video on that yet, but that's coming.
I didn't drive the car on Saturday.
Okay. You didn't drive the car all on Saturday.
No.
So then, let's move on. It's Sunday. You're home now. You've been home since 9 o'clock. Your mother's not there. Your sister calls you and say,
No.
Are you home yet?
No.
You call your sister and you say, I will call you when I get home?
Yes.
And this was we can get the time off the report, but this is
I call her or I text her.
You text her, that's fine. You communicate with her and say, I'll call you when I'm near the house, 15 minutes from the house. But you were already home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is another thing I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of strange. Maybe it's not for you, but it would be for me. So then, she never gets a call. She pulls up in the driveway and you come walking out of the house.
No, I did call her and say, I did call her.
Okay.
And say, and told her that I'm almost there.
I'm telling you what I'm looking at, because that's not the story I got. I mean, you got to remember, I've talked to way more people than you. Okay. So there's a difference between your story and other people's story.
Okay, but on my phone it should show that I called her.
Okay, I can double check. That's fine.
And said yes, and then yeah, I did.
But according to you, we can't trust your phone or the report.
But I did call her.
So then
you can trust her phone.
So that I trust all the reports, believe me.
Mm-hmm.
So then
I don't.
Well, of course you don't, because it's making you out to be a bandit right now.
No, I don't trust them because there's things missing that I know should be there.
We've already established that these reports have made you give us some more truths. That you were lying for no reason, unless I can think of, is you're trying to hide something.
I'm not.
Now, I'm going to get into the terrible thing that occurred. We have a dead body.
Please don't.
I'm not going to get into specifics, okay?
Already.
I'm assuming that it's your relative, your mother. Okay?
He's already told me.
I know. I'm not going to get into details, but this is what I want to say. A person who breaks into a home, and I don't know if this is what you're thinking or not. A person that breaks into a home and commits a horrible act doesn't clean up like that and then not do anything for advancement. Not only that, they don't make it look like your mother left to go somewhere. That doesn't happen. I can tell you, in 10 years of homicide, with every presentation I've ever gone to, that doesn't happen. Unless it was somebody close. I'm not saying, Amy, that you did anything. But what I'm saying is, with everything I'm seeing, with all these facts and all this craziness going on, it makes me think that you're not giving us everything you know. And I can tell you one thing, the evidence will prevail. It will prevail. There's no getting around it. And for the person that steps into this room and lies and lies and lies and lies, and then at the end, the evidence prevails, guess what? There's no more talking. There's no more saying, this is what happened. It didn't happen like you think. There's no more of that. It's just done. Because we don't go back. We don't go back and talk. We try to reason with people. We try to give them the benefits of coming without everything you know. If you had something to do with it, if you didn't. But I tell you one thing, Amy. I know deep down in my heart that you're holding things back from us.
But I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
I'm telling you, Amy, you're not going to make me believe that. You're not going to make me believe that someone entered that home and then locked up afterwards and cleaned up afterwards and made everything look pretty. Whether you're trying to protect somebody,
No.
whether you're trying to protect yourself,
No.
then I don't understand why you'd be hiding all this stuff.
I'm not hiding anything.
I'm telling you, that's the way it looks, Amy.
But I'm not hiding anything. I am not.
You're not telling me everything you know.
I don't know what happened. I'm not hiding anything. I didn't do anything to my mother.
I didn't say you did.
And I didn't clean the house. I didn't make everything look pretty.
I didn't say you did.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, maybe you did. Tell me who did.
I don't know. I wish I could. If I knew, I would tell you in a heartbeat.
If I'm wrong about this, I'd be very surprised. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I hope you are right. But I tell you what, the evidence will prevail. It will prevail.
And it's going to show that
I hope so.
Because I would never do that.
I'm not saying you would.
Did you see how she couldn't even say that the evidence will show she's innocent? She said, quote, "It will show that I could never do something like that," unquote. Yeah, you shouldn't be stumbling to say you are innocent. Wild. Also, this detective is so direct. I love to see it.
But I wouldn't protect somebody who would do that. I wouldn't even want to know somebody who would do that.
Well, you know what? I would say the same thing.
In your job, you can't.
No, listen. But with all these circumstances that surround this whole horrible thing, guess who's the shining star?
Beyond horrible. Who is the shining star?
That's you, Amy.
I'm not a shining star.
I'm telling you, you're the biggest person right now. There's things you can't understand. There's things that you wouldn't understand until we had to call you out on and prove to you that that was not the way it happened. And there's going to be more. There's going to be more things that we're going to say, you know what, Amy? You had your chance. This is it. But we'll do it that way. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. Because in this day and time, it makes my job easy. It really does.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
I didn't do anything to my mother. I don't know who did. I wouldn't know.
Isn't it crazy that Carrie uses his e-pass one time and then doesn't use it again on the way up and on the way back, which we're going to get video of if it actually happened?
I can't tell you why he does what he does.
I know, but what I'm saying is I think that we're going to, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it or not, but one of the possibilities is that might be a fib of some kind that you guys went and paid through the. I'm just telling you. You said no before to the stuff that you already came out with. You said the same thing, Amy, did you not? You said last night. You said no way. But today you go, yeah, you got me. I didn't want to look like a bad person because my mom gave me permission to get $400 out of the bank. I heard you tell Detective Guevara that you were going to bring your TV with you to Ohio.
Yeah.
How are you going to get it there?
It's going to be, I'm going to hire a U-Haul and have them load it.
Did you call a lock service at all, locksmith, yesterday or the day before?
No, I was going to.
For what?
I wanted to have some keys made.
Okay, for who? For what? I'm just asking.
Well, because I couldn't remember. Judy wanted a key, and I couldn't remember if I had another key.
Okay.
So I was.
Did you have another key?
I did find another key. That's the reason I never called them.
Okay, that's fine. And what's the storage? Are you getting a storage service of some kind?
I was going to look to see about getting a small one because there are going to be certain items that I don't take. And the one there on Old Canoe Creek Road, they have really small ones, and I was trying to see how much they cost. But there are going to be some things that I don't take.
I don't know what to make of this.
So, I mean, that was the only reason I was looking at that. Nothing sinister.
The card that you used to get the $400 with, you told Detective Guevara that it was in your purse. It's not in your purse.
It was.
There was another, there was an American Express, I think, that belonged to your mom that was in your purse.
American Express?
Clarify that. American Express, the Ora Hawkins. Does appear to be expired, but that was in your purse.
I don't know why.
So you don't know where the card is for the Central Florida's credit union?
I thought I put it back in my purse.
Where would it be if it wasn't in your purse?
I was driving her car. I was driving her car.
So it might be in the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I
Is that
thought...
something you would normally do, is just leave it in the car?
Well, no, but I
I think
mean...
you would put it in your purse, right?
Well, if I reached over and...
Inadvertently dropped it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check on that.
Okay. I mean, I thought I did put it back, but if I dropped it, I dropped it. I mean, I haven't looked for it again, so I wouldn't know. Because I haven't drove the car since.
So what would you do if you were me? I don't know what to do. House wasn't broken into.
Everything was locked up, you're right. The key that was... I did look for a key that was outside, just not there.
I don't go. It's not logical. I know I keep saying that.
I know.
The whole thing's not logical.
Well, she used to keep a key in where the hose wraps around. There's a little door. There's a frog inside there. She always kept a key in there just in case she locked herself out. I locked myself out. I went to get it because I was going to give it to my sister. It's not there.
All right, that might be.
But that doesn't mean my mother didn't take it and move it.
Right.
I mean...
And the whole thing is just doesn't make sense. That's all there is to it.
I agree.
It's not random. There's nothing random about it.
I agree that it makes absolutely no sense. But I know I had nothing to do with it. I don't know anybody that would do that. I wouldn't even want to know somebody who would be capable of that. And I don't know what else to tell you.
Your actions don't make sense, Amy.
What do you mean?
It doesn't make sense that you would not be questioning your mother about this sudden trip for an 80-year woman to take with such a suspicious communication to you. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not a person who questions.
Okay, but that's not normal.
For me, it is. My sister is different. My mother is different. My dad is different. For me, it's normal. And I've always been that way. So if you want to say it's not normal, okay, fine. But for me, it's normal.
I'm just telling you it's just one of those.
For me, it's normal.
It's just another red flag. I mean, it's just weird.
To me, it's not. To me, it's normal. It's not a red flag to me. It's just how I always am. You know, somebody says, well, why did they do this? I don't know. Did you ask? No. Why not? I just didn't ask. That's me. To me, that's normal. It's how I've always been. So for me, it's not a red flag. It's just me. It's my personality. I don't know how else to explain it.
Well, it really might as well not be because it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And I think that would be most people, that it wouldn't make sense to them. That's fine then. All right. I'll be back.
Alright, this is the third detective.
Hello. How's it going? Let me see right here. We haven't met yet. Okay, my name is Detective Rios. Okay. Oh, what's your name actually?
Amy.
Amy. Amy. And last name's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We haven't met. I'm a detective over actually in this same bureau with the other guy you're speaking to. I've never talked to you before, right? I'm actually assisting out with the case with your mother and stuff. Most of the time I've been at the house, my family's house, you know, back and forth. That's where I've been. So I haven't really got to sit down and talk to you and meet you. Huh?
My house?
Yes, that's where I've been. So.
In my sister's house?
Your sister's house? No, I haven't been over there.
Oh, you said my family's house. You're talking about me, my mom and
Yeah.
me, my mom's
Yeah,
house.
yeah. I know that she has been talking to you for a while and stuff. You know, just want to kind of.
I'm sorry.
I said I know she has been talking to you and stuff. I just want to kind of get the perspective, kind of. I know you're here and a lot of questions been going on. You know. Not that, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, since I haven't been here or spoken to you yet. That of course there's reasons why we talk to people, we understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a reason why you're here,
Mm-hmm.
of course. There are certain things that we do as detectives. I mean, we've been doing this for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of, you know, I don't know what you do. What do you do for a living? What's your profession?
I'm a paralegal.
A paralegal, okay. Do you feel yourself are pretty good at doing that job?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you are with that, that's how we are with this.
I know.
You understand that?
I know y'all are very good.
So, and this is reasons why, of course, reasons why you're here. Because you're not just here for coincidence. You understand that?
I understand.
Okay. And just knowing, I mean, I've been dealing with just evidence all day and stuff at your house. And the last couple of days, actually. And I've had to listen in to some interviews and talk to other people also. And I got to tell you that, I mean, I'm going to be honest, things just don't look good for you. You understand? The way things are all mixed up and how stories are changing, you know? And I'm to be honest, it doesn't. Okay? That's why, you know, that's why you're here. The same reason why we're here. This is what we do, you know?
Mm.
But all I gotta say is that life, in general, is hard, all right? It's not easy for anybody. It's not easy for us. It's not easy for on this side. It's not easy for you, okay? We're all human, right? And as human beings, we were created to make mistakes. This is what we do, all right? I'm not perfect. I can sit here and look at you and tell me that I'm an angel, okay? We've all made mistakes and done stuff that doesn't make us bad. It does not make us bad people. It doesn't, you know? Sometimes we do stupid things that come to bite us in the butt, you know? But that's part of being human. It's part of nature. It's part of us learning. It's part of us growing. It's part of us surviving as a species. It's just what we do.
I didn't kill my mother.
Well, I'm not going there, okay? I'm not going there. But all I'm telling you is that you're here for a reason and it doesn't look good, okay? So far, from what we've done, it doesn't look good at all. All right? It doesn't. So, what we're trying to get to is if there's something, anything, any person that you know that is going to lead you to try to get you out of the situation you're in, it's going to be it's a very good idea to tell it. And I'm not BSing you.
So after the bluntness of the second detective, they send in this third detective to be a friendly type that just wants to help. I think they might be trying to get her to admit that Carrie, her boyfriend, did it, so they will have her trap herself into knowing about the murder, and from there can confront that version and get that she really did it. I doubt she'll do it, but it's worth a shot.
You understand?
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. Okay, I don't have to come here and talk to you.
I know.
You know, I'm on my own. No one sent me in here.
I know.
Okay, this is me just because I've been gone. I've been at the house. You know, I've been there. I was there. Okay, this whole time.
I
was there.
I don't know anybody, and I don't know what to do in order to prove that I didn't do anything wrong. Is my problem.
I understand.
I'm racking my brain,
No, I got you.
and I'm trying to figure out what I can do to prove that I didn't do anything wrong, and that, you know, give y'all something that would prove to you without a doubt that it's not me. I haven't done anything wrong, and I haven't been able to think of anything.
Let me ask you. Do you miss your mother?
God, yes.
Yeah, you miss her.
My mother was my life. She was my best friend. There wasn't anything I wouldn't do for my mother. I would never hurt her. Never. If somebody had a gun to my head, they would have to shoot me before I hurt my mother. Period. And I'm not BSing you. Honest to God. There isn't anything my mother wouldn't do for me. She stood by me when a lot of people wouldn't.
I understand.
And there is nothing I wouldn't have done for her. And I wish like hell that I would have stayed home Saturday. Because then maybe none of this would have happened. And I would still have my mother. A huge piece of me is now dead. That one was more important to me than any member of my family.
Now, as strong as you feel, I mean, you want to get to the bottom of what's going on just as much as we do.
Yes, and that's why I've been trying to rack my brain, trying to figure out how. I don't know what I can do to prove that I didn't do anything or know anybody did anything, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to be able to tell you guys something.
Yeah.
And I don't know what. I don't know what I can tell you that's going to help. I honestly don't. I've been trying. I know I screwed up when I didn't tell them the truth last night, and correcting it, I know that threw a red flag up. And I understand that. And me not asking my mother questions, they said that throws a red flag up. But that's just my personality. I'm not that person. If somebody tells me something, I go, okay. I don't ask them 500 questions. That's just not me. I never have been that way.
Yeah.
To me, it's not a red flag. It's just my personality.
Yeah, so, but why wouldn't you want to tell the truth, though? I mean, that kind of...
It sounds fake. I know, it sounds fake. I was afraid that I would sound selfish, that I was putting myself first before my mother. And I wasn't, but it's because I wasn't worried that something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But then after all of it happened, I thought I would sound selfish, and I knew my sister would go ballistic on me. And so I didn't. Because I didn't want to sound, I mean, I know that's stupid. I know it is. It's naive. It's immature. And I regret doing it. I wish I would have just said, this is what I did. And, you know, if my sister wanted to go ballistic on me, oh well, I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. And I know I can say I'm sorry 500 times, but it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change anything. So.
Did anybody else ever go to the house over there with you and hang out, or did she know?
You mean,
It's your mom's house?
did I ever invite anybody over?
Yeah. No?
No, my mom wasn't like that.
She didn't like anybody being over there? So she didn't know anybody else?
Well, I mean, Marie would come over, Grace across the street would come over, the Jehovah's Witnesses would come over.
Any of your friends?
No,
No. Did you have any friends in the area?
no,
No.
no.
There's no one you talk to in the area? No.
No. I don't really socialize with anybody in this area.
I was just wondering, like, if you were going out of town, I was just wondering if someone knew that you were going to be out of town and stuff. No.
Other than my mother, no. I'm not antisocial, I don't like people knowing my business, and most of the people that I knew when I was growing up and stuff like that have moved.
Hmm.
I don't drink, so I don't go out. And I don't, just go to restaurants just to hang out, that type of thing. I hang out with my mom. She's my best friend.
What about your father?
I talked to my dad. Him and I are close. And that's where I stayed from 4 until I came here. And his wife, Katie, who I love to death. And, but other than that, no.
You get along good with your father?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw him?
When they came and they picked me up from my dad's
Oh, good
house.
job.
Yeah.
Did you see your father all the time too, or no?
Well, when I was 12 or 13, my parents got divorced, so
Okay.
I would see him on and off, but I didn't. It wasn't that we were. There was a period when we didn't speak,
Yeah.
but that was when I was a teenager and rebellion and
Mhm.
stupid. But then our relationship just got better and we grew closer.
Mm-hmm.
And, I wasn't as close to him as I was to my mother. But I only moved back in with my mother 5 years ago whenever I went to my divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I value my dad's opinion and his advice, being very blunt, and so is Katie, and I appreciate that. And so normally I will call and ask them their advice or their, opinion on
Mhm.
something, because I know they're going to tell me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. So,
When's the last time you shot a gun?
I shot Carrie's gun probably 8 months ago.
Carrie? Carrie's her friend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys boyfriend, girlfriend? Like, together?
Yeah.
You known him for a long time?
30 years.
That's our kids. What kind of gun does he have?
He has a 50 caliber.
50 caliber.
Mm-hmm. He collects them.
Oh.
but you keep the locked in a safe.
Hmm. So that's when you shot a gun was 8 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how long gunshot residue stays in your hand?
No.
Should we willing to get swabbed for gunshot residue on your hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. You have any guns in the house or weapons in the house, do you know?
I'm told my mother had a gun.
Oh, you don't know if she had it or not?
I know she had one a long time ago that I hid. And then she got another one, but apparently that one went missing, and I don't think she ever reported it.
Okay. You hid the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you hide it for?
Because I didn't think it was safe.
Hmm. You know what kind of gun she had?
The one I hid,
Mm-hmm.
I think was like a 38.
Okay. When was the one she replaced it with, do you know?
It was bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know how. The barrel was longer. I don't know exactly what it was.
Okay. When you hit it, where'd you hide it at?
The 38
Mm-hmm.
in the garage, in one of the bins.
One of the bins?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still there?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. And what about the bigger gun? You haven't seen that in how long? Have you seen it? Or?
She's the one who told me that one was missing.
Okay.
I don't know where she kept it. She just told me that she had a gun, it was missing. And that was a couple of months ago.
Did she like guns? Was she a gun fanatic? Or what'd she have a gun for? Why do you think her mom had a gun?
I thought it was for protection,
Yeah.
but barrel on that thing didn't look like it was for protection.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awful long barrel to me.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't go to the range or anything like that. I mean, she wasn't somebody who went out firing weapons or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's possible it was for protection. It was just what she could buy.
Did she know how to use a weapon? Did she know how to use it?
She used to be auxiliary for St. Cloud in the 70s.
Oh, really? Okay. So does she like revolvers, you think? Was there a revolver she liked? Yeah.
Why would the barrel of the gun being longer make the gun not primarily used for protection? What would it primarily be used for then? That doesn't sound right.
Yes, she could always outshoot my dad with a shotgun.
Oh, really?
He hated it.
How, if your mom was to work to hide a gun, where do you think she would hide it at?
She would have hid it somewhere in her bedroom.
Okay.
She would have kept it somewhere in her bedroom, somewhere that she could have gotten her hands on it.
And how long do you think that she was missing?
She told me 2 months ago that it was missing.
2 months ago, huh?
I told her she needed to call and report it.
Who was living with her 2 months ago?
I was.
You were. Now, did she ever have anybody over that she think would take it?
If she did, she never told me.
Hmm.
But that wouldn't be unusual.
Well-
If she didn't have, my mother was that person, if she wasn't completely positive,
Yeah.
she wouldn't make an accusation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems pretty nice.
My mother was a wonderful Christian woman.
Sounds not like my mom. That gun, if you had to guess what size caliber, how big it was, what do you think?
I know it was a revolver
Mhm.
and barrel
It's pretty long.
about that long.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what caliber it was. The best I can do is I can tell you what a 9mm looks like,
Yeah.
and that's only because I see them on television all the time.
Yeah.
And I know what a 38 looks like.
Yeah.
Other
It's
than
bigger
that-
than a 38.
It was bigger than the 38.
What color was it? Was it chrome, silver, black?
It had a black handle and it was chrome.
It was all chrome.
Yeah, the long, yeah, because it was, the one I hit was chrome with brown.
Okay.
But it was just a little thing. This
Okay.
one had a black handle. I remember that. And a couple of months ago, she told me that she came in. She said, "Amy, my gun is missing," and I just looked at her. And I said, "Your gun is missing?" She said, "Yeah, the long one." And I went, "Okay, what do you mean it's missing?" And she said, "It's missing." And I said, "Did you call the sheriff department?" And she said, "No." I said, "Mom, if it's missing and it gets used, it comes back to you."
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of walked away.
And she never called.
Not that I'm aware of.
Sure.
I had two thoughts. One, she got it from somebody and it wasn't registered to her.
Mm-hmm.
Two, she did call and just couldn't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those were my two thoughts. She either didn't call or she did call. If she didn't call, it was because it wasn't registered to her.
Did you ever own any of your own weapons?
I believe that 38 was registered to her.
Not you.
No, to me?
Yeah.
No.
No. No.
I grew up around guns. I don't need to have one.
Did you ever do any hunting and stuff?
I don't hunt.
Oh, you don't hunt? Okay.
I don't believe in killing animals.
Mhm.
Except for snakes. Sorry.
That's all right.
They're reptiles.
Yeah, that's right.
When you had one stare you right at you and the tongue almost touch you, and you already are afraid of them, your fear factor goes up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Killing them doesn't seem like such a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else, I will hurt you if you hit an animal or that type of. I'm very big about animal rights.
Yeah. That's good.
Human rights, animal rights. You don't hit a woman doesn't hit a man, you don't hit an animal, you don't mistreat children. I mean, that's how I was raised, that's how I am.
What a weird statement. I believe in human rights. Yeah, I would hope so, but his question had nothing to do with that. He asked if you hunt. Stop trying to change the suspect off your personal gun handling abilities.
And that's the reason I'm trying to find out and figure out what or how I can give y'all something to prove to stop you, where you don't have to, you stop looking at me and maybe, move on to somebody else or a different direction. And I don't know, I can't think of what I can do.
What I wasn't here, so I don't know what the other detectives talked to you about. What did they tell you about your mother?
They told me that she was buried in the backyard with fresh dirt over her and fake flowers. And she was wrapped in trash bags.
Didn't they tell you anything else she was wrapped in?
And all I thought about was after my sister left Sunday, about I guess 12:30 or a little after, I stepped out on the back porch and smoked a cigarette, and I never knew she was there.
When was that, Sunday?
Mm-hmm. I was standing there smoking a cigarette, and I never knew she was in the backyard. All by herself.
Did you never notice those flower beds?
Which one? There's one that she plants the tomatoes in, and then there's the other one that she has the aloe plants, and she had fake plants there, but she had those there all year long.
Yeah, he definitely wants to know if you noticed the tomato plants or other garden plots that were already set up. Seriously, stop acting so dumb. He's obviously talking about the one garden plot that was new, where your mom was buried. You'd think you would notice it. Also, I like how he tried to sneak in the question of, did she know anything else that was wrapped around her mom? Since Amy did it, of course she knows, but I'm betting she can't remember if the detective said everything or not, so she goes to her sob story about smoking on the back porch. She's so manipulative, but it's so obvious.
Oh, she put fake plants there?
Mm-hmm.
She always put fake plants there?
Mm-hmm.
Why did she do fake plants for?
Because of the air vent from the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
It's she has to keep it covered because it doesn't have a cover on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it killed the plants anytime she's planted them there. So she just about 3 years ago started putting fake plants there, so that way she didn't have to worry about it. Then on the other side is it's a smaller one, but it's that's where she normally paints the peppers and the tomato plants. But there's nothing planted there.
Hmm.
There, it's an empty one right now. So when they said the fake plants, there's only one place in the backyard that there's fake plants.
Did you ever help her plant the fake plants?
I've helped remove her, and rearrange them and pick different ones to put there, but that's about it.
You ever help her dig and shovel and plant new ones?
I mean, I've helped her with the shovel, dig or kill snakes. But, and then, just kind of rearrange the dirt with the shovel and just put rearrange the flowers or change them. And I would stand back and look at them, or she would stand back and look at them. But we haven't done that in September. The last time we did it was in July.
In July.
Yeah. July.
How long have you been at that house for?
I moved back in 5 years ago.
Like 5 years? You've been there 5 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's how long we've been divorced.
Oh.
I was supposed to be moving to Ohio, but
Would there be any reason whatsoever that your DNA would be on the plastic bags?
it depends. If they were big black ones, they're in the garage. I touched them.
Okay. What about anything else?
I mean, most of the things out in the garage, me and Mom both touch.
Like what?
We move it around. Blankets, cable, rope, bins, the televisions, Tupperware,
Everything.
coolers, suitcases. I mean, yeah, because we shift and move things all around. We both do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, her and I, DNA, Judy and Morgan's are probably there too, so, because we're always shifting things around and moving the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get a suitcase down for her, or she'll get a suitcase down for me, or, getting a trash bag, or grab a roll of the trash bags, and,
Mhm.
and then if we don't need them, just stuff them back in the box.
I gotcha.
Just, stuff like that.
What kind of cable are you talking about? You mentioned cable. You move cables around also.
Over on the shelves,
Mm-hmm.
there are, we got jars of different things, and we were switching cables to the TVs,
Mm-hmm.
and I took the white cable
Yeah.
off of her TV because it was too long,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't like a lot of the wires.
Oh yeah.
And so we put a new one on it, and I took it and put it out in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
But she helped me, to put it together.
Mm-hmm.
And I just put it up on the, let's see, it would be the second shelf
Mm-hmm.
by the garage door, kind of in, or maybe it was the third shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a little black cable one that's on the shelf also, but
Okay.
I don't know if it's the second or third one, but it's closest to the garage door. I remember that part. So that's the cable I was talking about.
What about sheets? You said sheets. What kind of sheets do you move around in the garage?
Blankets. The blankets we use to wrap the
blankets.
pump. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Do we have certain blankets that we use to wrap the pump during the wintertime?
The pump?
Yeah, it's outside, and it's kind of got a blockhouse around it.
Yeah.
And we use 2 blankets and light that we put in there to keep
Okay.
it from the water from freezing, the pipes from freezing.
Oh, is that the well? Is that a well or something?
Yeah. But it's over off to the, it's not next to the house, it's off to the side. It's got its own little
Okay.
house around it.
Now, these blankets, do you keep them in the garage all the time? Is that what you do?
Mm-hmm.
No, what kind of blankets are they?
One is a kind of like I call it a scratchy pink with kind of like a satin, around it. It's got paint all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Another one was mine when I was really young. It's pink with a character, 2 characters, or something like that on it. And it's got the lamp actually almost caught it on fire one year. We got it too close. And that's out in the garage.
That's in the garage. What color is that one? It's pink and...
One side it's just solid pink,
Oh.
like a light pink, and on the other side it's pink that has little pictures. I think there's like green on it or something. I'm not exact. I haven't really. I saw it the other day.
I gotcha.
So when I went out there, I went out there to get something, and I saw it the other day, and I had to move it. So the only reason I remember, and that's how I remembered seeing that other pink one, because it's kind of it's like right below it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they're like, we keep them kind of stacked together. But
And when would you have moved rope around?
when I was moving the cable,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we keep them all in the same area.
Okay. And you guys got like a lot of twine or stuff like that? Or you have any twine or anything like that?
You mean like the really thin?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well, no, yeah, there is some on the shelf. Yeah, there's some. I think there's some on the shelf. I think it's twine. I didn't really pay that much attention to it, but I think there's some twine out there.
It's like fishing line?
It could be fishing line, or it could be weed eater line.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
So I mean, I don't know which one, but it could be one of the two.
Okay.
So I don't know.
But as for skinny twine, do you ever remember seeing any twine anywhere?
Really skinny twine. I think there is some out there, but the only thing that I really remember seeing is like a frayed, brown, kind of like scratchy rope.
Okay.
And I only remember that is because she had me. We use it to wrap the. When we do the pump, we take and tie that around there to keep it in place, and then set the light down there.
Okay.
That's what we used for that.
I gotcha.
But it's really scratchy.
Oh. We're in the garage, that 38, if it's still there, is it still be in the shelf somewhere? I'm trying to imagine.
No, it's not on a shelf. It's in a bin.
Mm-hmm.
It's in one of the bins. It's not on a shelf. It's on the floor. And unless she moved it around, I think it's like in the first or second bin, I think. I'm not exactly sure. I know it's in one of those bins out there. If I
remember correctly.
Yeah, if I went out there, I would know exactly which one it was.
That's definitely, you moved that one. You moved that gun, right? You're the one who hit that gun?
I hit that gun.
Okay.
And I did that back before I moved out, and a long time ago, back in '98.
Oh, so it's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
So if we did a test on it when the last time it was fired, it'd be a long time ago.
Should be.
Should we?
Unless Mom found it.
You think she possibly could have shot it and put it back in the same spot?
No.
Probably not.
No. I can't see that happening.
Yeah. What about, and then other than missing gun, any clues your mom ever bring it up and say, hey, like maybe she got rid of it or gave it to somebody to share with her, anything like that?
All she told me was that she came in, she said, we're in trouble, the gun's missing. I told her she needed to call the sheriff department. She just kind of looked at me and walked off. She never said whether she did or not. And I didn't ask. Again, it's not my personal.
Yeah.
I mean, I did make the comment, if something happens, it's going to go back to your mom.
Yeah.
So, whether she did or not, I didn't ask because it meant that if she didn't, I knew that it was a gun that wasn't registered to her. And if she did, then you guys would mail it to the house. That's the reason I didn't ask her. That way she didn't have to tell me. That's just how I am.
Let's say we swabbed your hand, and we did find residue on it. Was there any particular reason why you did have residue on your hand for?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Just have to ask.
I know, but no.
No, okay. And your room is the far room, right? The far? Is it the one all the way down, right? On the left?
If you go in, it's the one it's in the front of the house, purple.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other room that's there is on the right?
That's her TV room.
That's her TV room. So she hangs out, does she hang out in there ever? Is that where she likes to sit and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she like watching shows and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we saw like a lot of notes and she was taking, like, I know she took notes for everything.
She likes Dr. Charles Stanley, so she takes a lot of notes on his sermons, and she has another one that she likes to watch, and she loves Paula Dean at the cooking shows, so she takes a lot of notes on those things. Yeah.
So if you think someone...
Loves NCIS.
NCIS, yeah.
NCIS, NCIS Los Angeles, and NCIS New Orleans.
Yeah.
And Hawaii 5-0.
Really?
Loves Steve. No, I take it back. She loves Danny Williams. No, I'm sorry. Just recently we had this conversation. I love Steve McGarrett. She likes Chin Ho. not funny, but yeah. It's amazing, the conversation I just remembered. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, I gotta get back because I'm thinking about Wi-Fi over right now.
You don't have DVR?
No, I don't actually. Yeah, so she took a lot of notes. She's like real organized with a lot of stuff too, I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Very organized.
Yeah, very, very organized.
Mm-hmm.
And did you always get along with your mom, or did you ever have times when you had problems?
No, always got along.
You always got along with her?
Mm-hmm. The worst thing I always, and I did it twice, and to this day, if I had a time machine, I would go back and change it. I disappointed her twice. And I wish that's the last person in the world that I would ever want to disappoint.
I don't know what those disappointments.
My ex-husband,
Mm-hmm.
she told me not to marry him, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And back in 2010, I had a substance abuse problem.
Okay.
But she was the one who helped me and got me through it, and I was very grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I still wish I could go back and never have that problem.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into your whole substance abuse stuff because I don't want to bring up bad memories if I don't have to. But did the other detectives talk to you about a substance abuse problem at all?
They asked me if I had a substance abuse problem, and I told them back in 2010. They asked me if I still had one, and I told them no.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't even drink alcohol.
Yeah. It's hard, though. It's hard. It's hard fighting the urge when you have a problem, though, you know. And not only that, it's hard to admit having a problem, you know. And it's not against, listen.
No, for me it wasn't. It's a matter of fact, anytime I can help somebody,
Yeah.
I have absolutely no problem talking about it.
Really? Is that so? Because you said earlier that you didn't tell them the other locations you had gone because it would make you look like a terrible person and you would be berated. I highly doubt that you would willingly paint yourself as someone still struggling with substance abuse, even if it was the truth. You aren't magical, just narcissistic.
I understand. But you know, it's not against the law to have a substance abuse program.
I know.
Or problem. And we also,
I do have a misdemeanor because of it.
Yeah, because you drove multiple times while high. That's dangerous, and you should have received much more than that. You're lucky.
we do also offer programs and stuff, you know, for that.
Right.
That and they're actually they've been proved and they've got pretty decent ones. So if there's any reason you're worried about telling us about one, you know, we can do whatever we can.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I mean, I know mine was the Lyrica, and
I don't even know what that is.
it's it's FDA approved. It's for fibromyalgia and convulsions and epilepsy, and the doctor that I was going to at the time had me taking 3 times the amount milligrams that the pharmaceutical company recommended, and that's the reason the judge. I had Judge O'Brien.
Okay.
I spent 22 days in jail, got my bail hearing, and then I spent almost a year on house arrest. And Judge O'Brien had had enough with the prosecution because they kept changing prosecutors.
Mm-hmm.
So when my court case came up, she told him to make a deal, dropped it down to the DUI, and gave me 100 hours of community service, which I did at the Pound. I had to go to victims awareness class and a DUI class, which was kind of funny because everybody in there, when they would ask what their blood alcohol was, they would tell them, and 0.
Yeah.
There was another guy in there for pot, and 0.
Yeah.
Of course, the one guy that came in and ate that little stick that you have to put on your tongue and it turns green, you've been drinking, when he breathed on it and it turned greener than the Incredible Hulk without it even touching his tongue at 8 o'clock in the morning. When he left, we all just kind of went, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, it sounds like he's struggling with alcoholism, and that's very sad. Not something to make fun of. The detective does that polite chuckle of, "You think your story is entertaining, but it's not, but I have to pretend it is, so you'll still like me, so ha." I would hate to have to be this detective. I would want to do what the second detective got to do.
But, you know, the guy up there, he was great. I learned a lot. As a matter of fact, my mom ended up getting irritated because when she'd leave and drive, I would be, "You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that." But it changed my driving habits.
Yeah.
So in the long run, I mean, I benefited greatly.
Mhm.
I mean, I wish I would have never had the problem, but in the long run, I did. I benefited greatly because I learned a lot about myself, I learned a lot about others, and I learned a lot about what could happen.
Oh, yeah.
So the new doctor I have,
Mhm.
I love her because she is a diet, exercise, the vitamins person.
Mhm.
The prescription, which is this one, is for my heart, and this one is for my blood pressure.
Yeah.
So you know, it's.
I might need some of those. Let me see.
The blood pressure.
All right, go on.
No, this is only 5. I take it twice a day, but it's 5 milligrams. Once a day. This one's twice a day. This is actually. What time is it, by the way?
I don't know. I don't have a watch on me, and I don't have any phones on.
Okay. Well,
You gotta take one soon?
at 6:30, I have to take.
Okay.
But anyway.
This detective came in the room at 7:44 and it is currently 8:28. He should know that the time was already past 6:30 and let her know. Sheesh, this is her heart medication. She needs to take it on time. I don't like that he doesn't tell her that when he definitely knows it's long past 6:30. It's still their job to make sure the suspects in their care get appropriate medical attention, which would include letting her know that it's time to take her medication, if you're not going to have any type of clock. Also, this is how skewed time becomes when you're in there. You have no idea what time it is. She has no idea that it's already 2 hours past 6:30. This is how interrogations wear you down over time.
This is the last resort, and when she comes in, this one, she came in with 3. This one plus 3 other type of heart medications,
Okay.
paperwork to go over it with you.
That's good. So that's different, right? She
Exactly.
what's
So,
going on,
and once the two of y'all agree, then she'll write the prescription. And fortunately, I was at 157 whenever I started having to take this. This I've had to take since I was, well, not this one per se, but I've always had heart conditions since I was about 15. But this one, I'm excited to say, because I was 157 once I started going through my divorce,
Yeah.
and I'm able to drop that weight, and I've got it down to a point to where my blood pressure is, she is looking at taking me off of this.
Okay.
And also my cholesterol medication, so that'll be 2 less ones I have to take, and I'm very excited about that, all because I lost weight, so, you know.
No, let me ask you this. Do the medications you take ever affect or alter the way you think and your mind thoughts?
Yeah.
Do you ever get extremely angry? Is that why you have with your blood pressure and everything?
Oh, no. My blood pressure was because of my weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so never,
This, you could, nanosprin would do
No.
more. All this does is keep my heart at between 60 and 70.
okay. Now when you got addicted to, what's the name of it?
Lyrica?
Lyrican. What kind of medication? What is that? Is it opiate or is it
It is a controlled substance, and it's
Like a
for
painkiller or
epilepsy.
something?
No, it's for for epilepsy. It's nerve,
oh, okay. So like
but
relax?
it can alter your mind status.
Oh, you can?
It can.
So how would it affect you, you think, whenever you're on it?
When I was taking it, I don't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I take gabapentin now,
Yeah.
and gabapentin is like taking a nap.
Yeah.
But the Lyrica, I was taking it 4 times a day. Of course, I was taking 800 milligrams
Yeah.
4 times a day, which is
Way too much.
You got a extremely nice high, and if you took more than 4, you could be in la la land and not even care.
Yeah.
It'd be like drinking 24 beers,
Yeah.
and you could take 8 of those and feel like that.
Yeah.
I could take 12 of them and walk normal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you ever lose a memory or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I wrecked a car.
Oh.
Fortunately, nobody, it was just me and the car, but, yeah, it was because I was driving and I fell asleep.
Yeah, you needed more than a misdemeanor. That's so reckless. You could have easily killed someone. Yikes.
It does that. When I started going to this new doctor, she looked at everything, and she was the one who told me a lot about that I was taking way too much, and told me I could put me on gabapentin, but because of the withdrawals, she started me off at 600 milligrams, and then I asked her if I could go down to 400 milligrams, and then we went down to 300 milligrams, and then I asked if I could go down to 2, and 2 didn't work, so we've remained at 3.
Okay.
And it's been great.
That's good.
So, and my mother was a huge part of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back to it
Mm-hmm.
because of what's happened,
Mm-hmm.
because that would dishonor her.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for my mother. I would have been dead 5 or 6 years ago if it hadn't been for my mother. So, there is no way I would go back to something like that, because that would just completely dishonor her. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
You killed your mother. Don't talk about not dishonoring her. You're gross.
I would never do anything to dishonor my mother.
Well, how are you with drinks? Do you want some water or something?
I do need a water, because at 6:30 I'm supposed to
It
take.
might be around 6:30 now, so you might have to take some of those.
I have to take this one at 6:30.
Okay. Let me get you some water, okay?
Thank
Hold
you.
tight.
It's my crying. I don't think I've cried all my water out.
What's that?
I said I've cried so much I don't think I have any more water left.
Hey, we got somebody coming up to take you to the bathroom. We just can't do it ourselves.
I know you need
Okay,
to know.
so there's someone that's going to be a minute, so.
Are you able to step in? Can I ask you a couple questions?
Rest.
Do you know if I'm going to be leaving here tonight?
I'm not sure yet. Okay. It's not my case.
I know.
All right. I have to get with the other detectives and find out exactly what's going on. But to be honest with you, I don't know yet. So.
If I do, am I going to be able to go back to my house, or am I going to have to go back to my dad's?
You can't go back to your house, not yet.
Okay. Is there? The reason I'm asking is, I have a prescription I was supposed to pick up today, and I can't do it without my purse.
Okay.
I need a change of clothes.
Okay.
I mean, there's just certain things I need. I need stuff for my dentures because
Okay.
I've had them in and they're starting to rub me raw.
Okay, I gotcha.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, this is it hurts really bad.
Okay.
But I've already missed one medication because I wasn't able to pick it up today.
Okay.
But I can't do that without my purse.
Okay.
And of course, I need my toiletries and clothes.
Okay. I'll find out for you.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
So bathroom's coming up. Okay. If you can hold
bathroom
it for a little
first. Bathroom first, and
Yeah.
then the residue thing. Yeah, but in you still not let me go out and smoke a cigarette while I wait.
You got cigarettes with you? Well, let's see what happens. We have to wait for the female deputy to get here,
Okay.
and then we'll see what we can do for you. All right.
Bathroom is or cigarette, and then bathroom, and then the residue.
Okay. Let me find out what's going on. Okay.
If you would please.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Would it be possible if I stepped outside and smoked and warmed up? I'm turning purple.
No, sorry.
Is there any?
Let me see what I can find for you, but okay, I'll be right back.
I can do it longer.
Yeah, it's gonna be like another 10 more minutes. All right,
And then what?
I'll be right back. Hold on. Best I can do is this.
Okay. And do
I'll be right back. All right. Hold on. Amy, question real quick. Again, try to answer this question for me. How do you make your income?
I do as needed paralegal.
As needed paralegal, okay. And how does that work?
If they need me, they call me.
Are you like in some kind of agency that they got your contact number, or do you reach out to companies, or how does that work?
Hanson and Associates, they call me if they've got somebody here and they say, are you available? And if I say yes, then they say, can you go meet this person? But it's...
Do they pay you by the hour? Do they pay you by salary? They pay you by
they pay
by
me,
job, by day? How do they do it?
They pay me by hour and however long it takes to do a job.
Okay. So you approximately like how much you make on a monthly basis, approximately.
If I only
Like
have...
steady. And then,
If I only have one client, depending on how long it takes, I can make anywhere from $900 to $1,500
that's what on a job or the whole month?
for the month.
For the month.
Mhm.
So how long you been doing this paralegal stuff like that? Working for
About a year,
about a year.
a little over a year.
So let's say on a yearly basis, like how much you made, how much your annual income last year?
Last year would have been
It's approximate, like a ballpark.
19,000.
18,000-19,000.
Mhm.
Okay. And they pay you under the table. They pay you by check, deduct taxes. How does that work?
They sometimes they just send me a check, but they don't. I mean, I'm not.
Gotcha.
I wasn't considered an employee, so they didn't take taxes out.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, so.
All right, no problem. All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Mhm.
So about the delay, Amy. Time is 10:52 p.m. Time is September. The day is September 21st, 2015. We're gonna be concluding the video.
In January of 2018, 46-year-old Amy Day was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Huge shout out to our Patreon producers, Jason Harrison Taz, Skylar James Wicker, and The Endless. I just want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon members, as you make it possible for me to upgrade my equipment and provide lots of great ideas for next videos. Thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe for more interrogation breakdown and true crime videos to come. If you have a suggestion, leave it in the comments below. Thanks and have a wonderful day.